Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 14th through the 20th. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, my dears, if you happen to stumble upon this video outside of that time frame, don't you worry. You came across it whenever you were meant to hear the messages in it. It is a general reading. Not every single message will resonate, but take what does. We're going to see what is coming up here for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. June 14th through the 20th. Alrighty, my dears, let's get right on into it. And your first card here is the Knight of Cups. Now, traditionally in tarot, Knight of Cups are seen as people coming into the situation. So this could be a water sign person with a kind of dreamy, romantic kind of vibe to them. Now, those of you who are new to my channel, every single week I do a love reading, and I link those in the description. I mean, every month, once a month, I do a love reading, and I link it in the description. Then in the weekly forecasts, I want to focus on you. I want to make it less about other people and more about you and your energy. So the way that we do it on this channel is we look at these cards as far as energies that you're stepping into, or certain kind of changes that are happening within yourself. We can sometimes pick up on other people coming in, but it's not going to be about love and romance typically. All right. So if you want love and romance, be sure to check out the love videos for June. The July ones will be up soon. When we're not talking about love and romance, the Knight of Cups comes up to encourage us to pursue the things that bring our heart joy, that bring us happiness, that inspire us, okay? And for me in my readings, tarot readers, even tarot readers who read very traditionally and less intuitively, even tarot readers who read with like, you know, by the book, you know, like the whole astrological associations and all of that, even for those tarot readers who are really strict by the book, there's going to be certain cards that have a little extra spin or mean something a little extra on top of the original or traditional meanings. So for me in my readings, I'm an intuitive reader. I read intuitively. But for me in my readings with the Knight of Cups tends to come up, I've seen over the years, when there's an unblocking in the heart chakra that's bringing you to receive. The thing about the Knight of Cups, even if we looked at the Knight of Cups in terms of love and romance, Knight of Cups isn't going to go after low-hanging fruit. I know poor guy's got a reputation for being a player and being a Don Juan and all this and all that, and sometimes that can be the case when he comes up, but he's not going to go for low-hanging fruit. Knight of Cups is all about the adventure, all about the conquest, all about the accomplishment. And so this is an energy when it comes in that the heart chakra is opening up to receive, okay, to receive. You guys maybe have heard me talk about the Page of Cups. That's a different way it's opening up. Knight of Cups is like this opening where you're ready to receive, okay, when the Knight of Cups comes up. I also see him come up when somebody is clearing out a blockage in the heart chakra that's opening the path to receiving money. And one of the ways that you know you're on the right track, or one of the signs that you'll notice, is you begin to notice beauty around you. So Capricorn, some of you might really be taking in your surroundings and you just feel really blown away by, you know, how beautiful, simple, everyday things are, right? I never noticed how beautiful colors were. I never noticed how beautiful the traffic lights looked on the way home. I never noticed how beautiful the sound of the birds are outside. You know, whatever it might be, you start to see beauty all around you. That's one of the first signs. If you've been blocked for a long time, that's one of the first signs that you're opening up to receive, including financially. Your next card here, my dears, is the Nine of Swords, right? So as you're seeing all these beautiful things, and as you're coming into this hopeful energy, and as you're wanting to go out there into the conquest, you know, the anxiety is setting in. The fear is setting in, right? Oh my gosh, am I really doing this, right? Like, what if, you know, what if this is a temporary streak of luck. You know, when is the shoe gonna drop? When is the hammer gonna fall? Kind of thinking, kind of fear. Especially Capricorn, right? It's not that you guys are being negative. You guys had a really, really rough cycle with Saturn for a very long time, right? I'm not a Capricorn, but I'm a Scorpio, and we went through a good 10, 12 years of absolute hellish nightmare energy. And Capricorn, you guys went through something very similar, right? For some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, it was at least a decade. And now that the energy is shifting and things are opening up, it's like, can I trust it, right? When all you've had for so long has just been chaos and disappointment and things shifting in an unpleasant way, it's really hard to trust when a door opens, right? There's this fear, there's this anxiety to walk through it. Now, you can't be blamed for that. That's not your fault. That's only natural. Anybody in your shoes is going to feel a little bit apprehensive, a little bit jaded. But Nine of Swords comes up with a really important message. First and foremost, traditionally speaking, Nine of Swords is like you're worried what other people are saying or thinking. You're worried about what might go wrong in the future. You may even be so worried and so stressed out that you're not getting enough sleep. So first and foremost, I know it's easier said than done, but do what you can to get control of your sleeping. That you're making sure that you're getting enough sleep and getting enough quality sleep. I'm not a big, advocate of like, over-the-counter sleeping medicines or getting a sleeping prescription, sleep medicine prescription, but I'm all about natural remedies. You know, I had insomnia for a long time, and I can tell you there's lots of natural remedies that are going to work. Even if it's as simple as taking a warm shower or a warm bath before bed, drinking some chamomile or lavender tea. There are natural supplements that you can take. Having like a little wind down routine at the end of the day. Okay, not going to look at the phone. Not going to watch TV. Maybe put on some music. Maybe just kind of chill for a little bit. This can really help you to get your sleeping in order, because the less sleep we have, the more emotional we become. The more emotional we become, the more clouded our thinking becomes, and it's hard to make good decisions. So it's super important you get control of your sleep. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. The second thing with the Nine of Swords is that you have a lot of fear about what might go wrong, and a lot of these fears might be very possible. They might be very logical fears to have. But Nine of Swords says this is the time for you to look at the situation and ask yourself, all right, what is in my control? What do I have control over? What can I do to try to kind of set myself up here to succeed? What are some backup plans or safety nets I can put out in case, something I'm worried about actually ends up happening? Like, how might I be ready to deal with that if it does happen? And then for the rest, you have to have a relationship with God, with higher power, with universe, with higher self, and just basically say, God, here's all the things that I'm doing. Please help me. Here's all the things that I'm afraid might happen. I don't have any control over these things. So I'm asking you, please, if it's in the best and highest good for everyone, to keep these things from happening, please prevent them from happening. But if they must happen, and if they do happen, please, please guide me through it. Please guide me through it. Help me to get through it quickly. Help me to get through it efficiently. Help me to get through it calmly. See me through to the other end of it, please. Right? That we have to, you're coming into a time where you're going to have to walk by faith, Capricorn. Right? Because doors are finally opening, you're walking through them, and that can be very scary. And you're having to learn to walk by faith that somehow things are going to work out. You're going to cross each bridge when you get to it, right? But nothing is more painful than just staying in the same energy that's been tormenting you forever, right? So the next card here is the Strength card. All right. Now, traditionally, the Strength card is going to be associated with Leo. So if you have a Leo placement, this part of you might be really kind of coming to the forefront right now, all right? Or that area of your life might be going through really big changes and really big shifts right now. It could be a Leo person that you might be dealing with for some of you. However, let's put the astrology aside and talk about the energy and the characteristics of the Strength card. The Strength card was one of my stalker cards for a long time. No matter how many times I pulled cards for myself, no matter how many different decks I used, there was one time I had 4 decks in front of me. I shuffled and I pulled a card from each, and they were each the Strength card. I was like, oh my gosh. And so from having that experience and seeing what happened for me personally, I have a very specific view of the Strength card. And so the Strength card is going to come up when it's really time for you to disconnect from the people around you, right? It's really breaking out of the old circle, coming into a new circle, and going out on your own, completely and totally on your own. You may have been looking for someone who's going to come in terms of like being a business partner or a friend or a buddy to help you through these transitions or to go through these transitions. But the Strength card says, look, you're about to ascend. You're about to elevate to like this higher energetic level. And the people that are around you right now are not meant to go with you. And you need to disconnect. You need to go out on your own. And it's going to be in that path that you're going to find the very unlikely allies, the loyal people, the protectors. It's time for you to get committed to what you want. To really like, this is what I want and I'm committed to getting it. And as you're on that path, you begin to clear away the old energy and you begin to attract people into your life that are loyal, committed friends, that are people that really truly have your back. And maybe some of you have been longing for that, right? And we hear it all the time. We hear it all the time. Oh, well, you know what? The way you treat yourself is the way other people are going to treat you. The relationship you have with yourself is going to be the relationship that other people give to you. And you might be like, what in the heck? How do I break out of it? Well, the Strength card is telling you, as you're becoming loyal to yourself and committed to yourself, and focusing on what you want in your life and focusing and being dedicated to getting it, this is when you're going to start manifesting really, really loyal people. People who are going to have your back, who are going to be at your side. There's going to be a period of time where you're going out into the unknown on your own, without that guide, without that helper. But that's when you have your relationship with God, with higher power, right? Some of you may have had a dangling carrot recently, and you're realizing, the 9 of Swords is you realizing, oh man, that was a dangling carrot. So let me tell you what a dangling carrot is. If you've ever watched like the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, sometimes there's a horse and the horse doesn't want to get going. So the cartoon character will tie a carrot to a string and dangle that carrot in front of that horse. Now all of a sudden, the horse is chomping at the bit, trying to get at that carrot, running like crazy, running super fast. Sometimes we get really stuck. And the universe is like, okay, we don't really have to give Capricorn a tower moment. Capricorn has had enough tower moments, but we really need to get Capricorn unstuck. Like, this is not a good place for Capricorn to be right now. We got to get Capricorn moving. We don't want to give Capricorn a tower moment. How about we give Capricorn a carrot? And then Capricorn starts, chasing after the carrot, coming after the carrot. And then we get Capricorn to where Capricorn needs to be. And then they can really start opening up to receive. Opening up to receive and like building this new life and having these new things happen. And so some of you are like, oh man, I thought that I was supposed to meet this person or do this thing. And now I'm kind of feeling or sensing it might not be the thing for me. Well, it got you moving and it got you out of the old energy. And that's what it was meant to do. And now you're going to see how much you're able to successfully master through your own ability, your own strength, your own intelligence. You're not going to be alone forever because the Strength card is about loyalty and commitment. But this is how you're going to manifest that loyalty and commitment. Your next card here, Caps, is... Oh, it got all blurry on me and I'm all here preaching. Okay, the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is going to be good news celebrations, things to celebrate, things to be happy about. Now, traditionally, Three of Cups can also be like birth announcements, baby showers, and, you know, getting engaged, these kinds of things. And some of you may be manifesting that, and you may be manifesting it very quickly. However, overall, Three of Cups is like-minded people, you know, finding your soul tribe, like-minded community. So as you're disconnecting from this energy, you are coming into like-minded people, like-minded community. Some of you also, this is again, Three of Cups over the years has come to have a little extra meaning for me, as does the Strength, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, and all of these cards really. But Three of Cups has like a little special spin on it for me over the years reading for people. Sometimes we develop wounds with feminine energy, okay? And so like sometimes people refer to it as like the mother wound. We talk an awful lot about absent dads. We talk an awful lot about, you know, men who don't step up for their family. But we seem to forget that mothers are just as guilty in some situations of like not giving their children a sense of safety or security, or not being very nurturing towards them, right? We focus on the mistakes that dads make, but we don't always focus, or as a society acknowledge that moms make some pretty serious mistakes too, or moms can be just as absent, even if they're there physically. You know, they could be emotionally absent. And so that creates like what some people refer to as the mother wound or the feminine wound. And so some of you have been trying to heal that through relationships. Maybe some of you have been avoiding feminine energy altogether, but now you're coming into higher vibrational feminine energy, and being able to really have a better understanding of what a high vibrational woman looks like, or feminine energy looks like. Okay, I feel that for a lot of you, your views of women are going to be changing, and that you're going to be meeting you know, better examples of that feminine energy, and working on healing that feminine wound or that mother wound that some of you might have. Overall, though, typically it's like finding soul tribe, finding like-minded people, okay? You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. You may want to check out your love readings for June. Those are linked in the description. July will be up soon. If you would like a private reading, you can schedule with me at calendly.com/amethystangellite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears.